And it was tremendous to see the amazing things happening within this community. Elaine, to be here with you in this dining room, that though not finished, I have to say, I can see myself here. I can see myself living here and enjoying a nice retirement here. And I really want to commend you and your entire team for actually engaging with community and creating spaces for more people. We often talk about not in my backyard, but within the city of Waterloo, within this region, we always create space. And I remember being here visiting with residents not too long ago, and they said, yes, we might not be able to see as much green space, but what we will see is more people living in a safe and affordable place to call home, and that warms our heart. And I think that speaks to the values of this community. And I really want to give a shout out to the Mennonite roots and the values that we share as Canadians. And I think that's why today it's such an exciting announcement. I do want to give a shout out to my colleagues who are here with us, Tim Lewis, Member of Parliament for Kitchener-Conestoga, Valerie Bradford, Member of Parliament for Kitchener-South Hespeler, as well as Brian May, Member of Parliament for Cambridge. We often talk about the fact that as much as the world needs more Canada, Canada needs more Waterloo, because we believe in working together, we believe in partnerships, and we believe in having those tough conversations so that we have better outcomes for more people. And someone who has always shared that vision, and a reason why I'm really proud to be part of his team, someone who recognizes that in Canada diversity is our strength, somebody who recognizes that better who is always possible, is our Prime Minister. And I'm excited to hear, and you should be excited to hear, the news he is sharing today. So Prime Minister, welcome back to the City of Waterloo, the riding of Waterloo. You come back here anytime. The mic is yours. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Bardish, for your words, but also for your tremendous leadership here in Waterloo and for being such a strong advocate for strengthening diverse, supportable communities like this. It's really, really great to see you always. I want to thank Tim and Val and Brian as well for being here to be such strong voices for the region in Ottawa, talking about how we're all going to work together to meet the very significant challenges that the world tends to be throwing at us in so many ways, but also that we know Canadians, as we have so many times in the past, can overcome. And one of the key ways of doing that is by working in partnership, which is why I'm so glad to be here with two old friends. Karen, friends I've had for a very long time. Karen Redmond, Chair of Waterloo Region, who of course we served together in Ottawa in my very beginnings as a baby politician, and Dorothy McCabe, who's a dear friend as well, who has been committed to this community, this region. Thank you for all your leadership as mayor, and thank you for making this announcement we're making today possible. We know that for all the investments we've made over the past many years, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars here in the Waterloo region that have led to over 8,000 repaired, refurbished, subsidized, or new homes that the federal government has contributed in this region. There's so much more to do, and that's why in the fall we launched the Housing Accelerator. What it is an ability to work specifically and directly with ambitious municipalities that want to solve the challenges of how to build more homes faster, to do exactly that. So today we're announcing a $22 million housing accelerator investment for the City of Waterloo that will unlock 650 homes in the coming years and over 15,000 homes over the next decade. And it happens by really deliberately accelerating some of the various processes and barriers, whether it's increased densification, where Dorothy really stepped up in terms of 4 units and 4 stories as of right. As we move forward on faster permitting, as we move forward on emphasizing affordable housing, as we look at accelerating the use of public spaces, these are all things that are reducing the barriers that exist to meeting the need in growing regions like KW. So I'm really, really happy to be here to highlight that we are here because the region has been so ambitious about tackling the challenges and the opportunities that come with growth. La ville de Kitchener a déjà signé son accord d'accélérateur et aujourd'hui avec Waterloo, on est très content de démontrer encore une fois le leadership de cette région. On veut bâtir plus de logements plus rapidement et c'est exactement les genres de partenariats qui livrent à ce niveau-là. Mais on est en train de travailler à bien des niveaux. C'est pas juste l'accélérateur pour le logement. On est ici dans une bâtisse qui va accueillir des résidents, des aînés dans quelques semaines, où le gouvernement fédéral a facilité l'investissement de 33 millions de dollars pour justement pouvoir créer de ce centre des aînés une réalité. We're here in Parkwood Seniors community where $33 million worth of federal funding has facilitated the creation of this extraordinary solution. So it's not just about making announcements today for the coming years and all the units that are going to be built here across Waterloo. It's about recognizing that investments we made a few years ago are delivering for seniors in this case right now in the coming weeks. That's the work we're doing and that we do because we work in true partnership with municipal and provincial leaders to deliver for people in these complex and challenging times. Of course, there's lots more that we are doing, whether it's cutting childcare fees in half across the country while at the same time pushing on the provinces to create more spaces and train up and support more early childhood educators. Whether it's focusing on the student extraordinary resource and richness in students. We're removing the interest from student loans. We're investing in greater supports for them as well. We're moving forward on stabilizing grocery prices. We're moving forward on dental care. Young people, kids who couldn't afford to go to the dentist last year, 400,000 of them have been able to get dental services, many for the very first time. And as of the beginning of this year, we've now had 400,000 seniors sign up for our dental care program, with more being able to sign up every week as the age range is lower, so we can get all seniors covered by the summer. These are the things that we're stepping up concretely on so that Canadians can see the ambition, the optimism and the opportunity that exists all around them in this extraordinary country. On reconnaît que oui, il y a énormément de défis auxquels les citoyens font face, mais c'est pour ça que le gouvernement est là pour investir, pour travailler à chaque jour, pour livrer pour eux en partenariat et avec toute l'ambition qui est le reflet dans l'ambition des Canadiens. We're going to continue working hard every single day with even more programs, even more solutions as we create good jobs and careers in a greener economy, as we respond to the challenges Canadians are facing now, and as we continue to contribute every day to continuing to keep Canada the very best country in the world. Merci beaucoup tout le monde. I'm now happy to turn it over to Mayor McCabe. Dorothy.
Wow. Thank you so much, Prime Minister Trudeau. This is truly an exciting day for the City of Waterloo. And I want to just start by thanking the City Councillors that were able to come today, Councillor Diane Freeman, in whose ward we're in, Councillor Rose Boydley, and Councillor Julie Wright, who were able to join us today. And just on behalf of Council and our staff, and you know the people of Waterloo, and the people who will live in this building, and the people who will live in the new homes that are going to be created, we simply want to say thank you. Thank you so much. And but before I go any further, I have a small confession to make, really mostly to Alan, that I know I was under instructions not to tell anyone about our special guest coming, but you know, like any good mayor, I often talk to my mom and ask for advice about you know, a number of things. So I called her late last night and said, Mom, I'm going to have a big day tomorrow. The Prime Minister of Canada is coming, and I'm going to be able to spend some time with him and make an important announcement. You know, do you have any advice for me? And she just said, you know, tell the Prime Minister I said hello, and thank you very much for the investment. But truly today is a game changer. Sorry, I also wanted to thank Bardish. I hope all mayors across our country have a hardworking MP like Bardish. She's accessible, she's hardworking, she really cares a great deal about the people of Waterloo and about this city, and like any good woman, she knows how to get things done. So thank you so much. This wouldn't happen today without Bardish. You know, as Elaine said, the funding for this building, but also the announcement today of the $22 million for the City of Waterloo for this Housing Accelerator Fund wouldn't have happened today without Bardish. So thank you so much. Yeah, it is teamwork. But it really is a game changer today. And as Mayor, I am grateful for the Prime Minister, Minister Fraser, Bardish, that they understand the need to work directly with municipalities to provide the necessary funding that we need and to move with speed so that we can deliver the important services that people in Waterloo and in other communities need. And housing is not just about bricks and mortars, it's about providing opportunities for families, for individuals, seniors, youth of all socioeconomic backgrounds. It's about fostering thriving communities and sustainable communities and neighborhoods. It's about making sure everyone has a safe place to call home. Waterloo's Housing Accelerator Fund, the $22 million that's going into this fund, were created with a sustainability lens. And using this funding, we will be able to invest in projects that will focus on increasing density around our existing transit areas, which will make Waterloo an even more affordable and environmentally conscious, vibrant city. These projects will also include the opportunity to use municipally owned land for residential affordable housing projects. We'll review the potential for using city employment lands for residential purposes. We'll create a toolbox to help homeowners understand how they can create additional residential units on their properties. We will introduce a multi-unit residential acquisition program that will help nonprofit and co-op housing providers purchase market rental housing in units, and doing so will protect those affordable units and make sure that they stay affordable. And that's really, really important to all of us here. We will also work closely with the region of Waterloo to create a grant program for additional affordable residential units that will match and leverage the region of Waterloo's existing affordable housing program. Very exciting as well. So in building new homes, as the Prime Minister and as Bardish said, we are creating communities. Communities that will embrace our diversity and celebrate our inclusiveness. As Council, we know that we have set ambitious housing targets. We are grateful to be working with some of the very best staff in the business at the City of Waterloo, and I want to do a really big shout out today to those staff on our Housing Accelerator team who worked really hard to get us to today, and we are going to rely on to get us the housing units built in the next 3 years. So thanks so much to Michelle Lee, Brad Witzel, Tim Anderson, Mallory Amont, Adam Lauder, Tanya Couric. I think I got them all, so thank you so much. Thank you again, Bardish and Prime Minister Trudeau. We know that we could not do this important work without your support, without your trust, and certainly without your money. So in the spirit of intergovernmental cooperation. I'm excited to say that the region and the city will start to work immediately on the next steps with initiating these programs. And I invite Chair Karen Redmond up to say a few words. Thank you so much.
So thanks, Dorothy. I want to say good morning to everyone and thank you for being here today. I want to begin by thanking Prime Minister Trudeau and, of course, Minister Fraser for now what is the second Housing Accelerated Fund across the region. Ideally, we'll have you back 5 more times. I also want to congratulate Mayor McCabe and Waterloo City Council, as well as Mayor Verbanovich and our friends at the City of Kitchener for their success through this fund. Across our region, we know that access to housing is a significant challenge. We also know that right here in this region, we have the partners and the solutions to make real, tangible change. Parkwood is a great example. Last year marked Parkwood's 60th anniversary, an anniversary they decided to celebrate through bringing more affordable homes to this community. A big thank you to you, Elaine, and the Parkwood and Fairview Mennonite teams for the work you do to support seniors across our community. To support Parkwood expansion, the region has provided $2 million as well as $500,000 in reduced development charges as part of our Building Better Futures plan. Through the support of the federal government, the province, local municipalities, and housing partners, we are now just 150 homes shy of our 5-year goal, which marks a 10-fold increase in the number of homes that we have built as a community. But we know more needs to be done. We know more irons are in the fire, more tools in the toolbox. 2024 is going to be a big year. The region is investing $472 million this year to rapidly expand affordable housing, support those experiencing homelessness, and investments to drive economic growth and opportunities. This involves a dedicated team and reserve focused on land readiness, the completion of the Building Better Futures plan, and the disposition of regionally owned property to accelerate the building of affordable housing. Thank you, Prime Minister Trudeau, and to our local MPs for your continued investment. We have the A-team working for the region of Waterloo. Thank you.
20 minutes, one question, one follow-up. First question goes to the record.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, for taking my question. Jeff Houthit from the Record newspaper. There's a lot of international students in this community. Conestoga College is a national leader in attracting international students. There's much criticism of your government for the way it's put a rollback on international students very quickly. Criticisms are that it's a blunt tool, it's a sledgehammer, it's done without consultation, and it will create as many risks as it aims to solve. So I want to ask, will your government consider a pause on its recently announced rollback for the reasons, and if not, why not, and how do you respond to criticism about this?
International students remain an extraordinarily important part of Canada's educational system and indeed of Canada's contribution to the world. Bringing students from around the world to develop skills and abilities to either contribute to Canada if they choose to stay here or to bring it back home to make the world a better place is a good thing. We've seen over the past few years a massive rise in the number of international students that is outpacing our communities and our country's ability to ensure the kind of quality experience and the quality education for all those students. So we are pausing the levels at the level they are over the next 2 years to ensure, at 2023 levels, to make sure that every student who comes here gets the right experience, which includes adequate and supportive housing, but also a range of other things that go with quality education that are welcoming in people from around. Canadians from being able to afford to live in the communities they want to call home. It's a question of now working with the provinces and with the institutions to make sure we're getting that balance right, protecting international students